The Miami Dolphins had probably the worst week one showing of any team because they fancy themselves a contender. Their fans regard them as a short list team that can compete for playoff spots and more. They went to Indianapolis and were splattered 33-8, and it wasn't even that close. They held a players-only meeting after the game. And here's Jordan Brooks, Michael Holley. He's the one who called the team soft after they lost at Lambeau Field Thanksgiving night last year. Here's Jordan Brooks on the players-only meeting that the Dolphins held after they lost in Indianapolis.
Losing the way we did, week one, it can be discouraging, outside noise, people talking, fans talking, family talking, whoever, everybody talking. But just kind of making sure that everybody's, together. When you lose like that, it's easy for people to get discouraged and, start looking and questioning maybe yourself or others. So making sure that we all lock back in is making sure that the belief is still there. You lose belief, you don't have effort. So making sure that everybody's still on the same page and come back next week stronger.
Michael, a players-only meeting is never a good sign. I can't recall one ever happening after one game. One game into the season, the Dolphins feel compelled to have a players-only meeting. It just tells me, and I said this the other day with Devin McCourty, the Dolphins are all talk, and it's always what we're going to do and what we're going to change and how we're going to be, and then the rubber meets the road, and they don't deliver. So they have a players-only meeting so they can reiterate some of the same talk that they've already failed to live up to. And maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll work. I picked them to win this weekend because, frankly, if they don't win this one, could be a long season for the team and a short season for Mike McDaniel. Because this is the perfect elixir in the aftermath of what happened in Indianapolis. Antidote is the better word. Antidote is what I'm looking for. Because they've owned the Patriots in Miami, 7 of 8 wins against the Patriots in Miami. They need this one badly, but I'm troubled by the fact that they had a players-only meeting because I just feel like it's only going to potentially make things worse.
Yeah, it's a tough situation. I look at it, that's my first thought as well. Players-only meeting after one game, what kind of message does that send? But the times that we're in now, with so much, there's so much attention. Never before have we had so many outlets, so many platforms to comment on pro football and videos and just everybody, talk shows, just a lot of stuff all the time. And it wasn't like this 20 years ago. Hell, Mike, it wasn't like this 10 years ago. So on one hand, you have a players-only meeting after the first week. It looks like you're panicking. But with all the noise out there, if you don't say something after week one, you kind of risk everybody just being content or resigned to having a poor season. So if I had to make the decision, if I'm one of the players, yeah, I'd probably do the same thing because it was so bad. And some of the shots that we're taking at the Dolphins, I understand they look terrible against the Colts. But some of the shots that were taken against the organization, and particularly Mike McDaniel, sounded kind of over the top. I'm talking about outside media shots. And so you have to.
I know which one you're referring to.
I think you got to come in and say something. I think you do.
You know what? I think I agree with what you're saying because they have to factor in today's atmosphere what the players are going to hear and see, and will it cause them individually to say, this just isn't our year. I'll just take my paycheck. I get paid either way. Who cares if the team thrives collectively? I'll take care of myself. I'll move on to a non-dysfunctional team next year. This is about making sure everyone is on the same page. They are. But again, I thought they did that before week one. That was part of why Mike McDaniel was so dismayed. We put so much effort and thought and preparation into week one, and we come out like that. That's not good. And, the other concern I have, I know we got a break, but that McDaniel demeanor, that very chill, unaffected, it doesn't work when you just got your ass kicked. You need to see a little something. If I'm a Dolphins fan, I want to see that the people associated with my team are, somewhat upset because I'm pissed off. And I don't get the impression McDaniel's all that troubled. And again, that's his way. But I want to see a little fire. I want to see a little intensity. I want to see a little passion. And I want to see him go out and beat the Patriots. And if they lose, it is panic button time for the Miami Dolphins.
That's right. That's right. Because as you said, they always beat the Patriots. Tua's never lost to them. So that would be something different if, Sunday at 1, that's the Miami advantage, Sunday at 1 in September, it is very uncomfortable down there. If they're not able to do what they usually do, then, you freak out because, hey, something's different here.
Hot day, stadium constructed so the Patriots in their dark blue shirts are getting the full brunt of the sunlight. Remember that happened to the Bills a couple of years ago? And the Dolphins won that day in late September. We'll see if they can pull it off. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.